Most farmers produce below 3 tons per hectare in the regions where we have tested. But we have seen that farmers can increase up to 6 to 7 tons per hectare, and there are some commercial farmers that are doing 10 tons per hectare. That is the same level of productivity like to a farmer in some of the maize belts in Iowa in the US. This can happen in Africa in smallholder farmers. So what President Adesina, what President Mama Samia is saying, and also our ministers for agriculture like Minister Bashe, they're saying the transformation needs to happen. We have to demonstrate that it can happen. The private sector and our young people are ready to do that. And I've spoken largely on the crop sector, but also the same thing is happening in the livestock sector. You see, Tanzania has got one of the largest herd of cattle in Africa, but that cattle is not as productive as we would wish. Therefore, we are doing some programs to increase the value of those animals by making sure that they have better feeds. Therefore, we have a special program of making sure that animals are being given sufficient feed materials in order for them to gain weight and become more nourished. And the same thing is happening. We're investing seriously on the poultry sector. Africa is importing poultry meat from the global markets. This should not happen. This is something which our young people, especially women, can do quite efficiently. Therefore, we need to build systems that can allow that to happen. Therefore, the Building Better Tomorrow is also addressing issues of keeping better animals, but also in the area of poultry. Fisheries is one huge opportunity. Africa is importing fish from the Asia and other places. This should not happen. Aquaculture is one of the easiest things that can be done, but we need to develop that value chain. And this is what we have started to do in Tanzania, and I'm quite sure that under the transformation agenda for crops and livestock, this can be achieved. Finally, we have a good experience also in developing the agricultural sector using the corridor approach. The first corridor, which was the Southern Agricultural Growth Corridor, has done some amazing thing actually, which brings together the government and the private sector. Now that experience is being exported to the rest of the corridors, the Mtwara Corridor, the Central Corridor, and also the Northern Corridor. So as we do this, we're also looking on mechanism that can allow the private sector and the government to come together and work more in a more friendly manner, but also in that way also address some of the policy issues, infrastructural issues, which we still have to address in order to achieve those levels of growth.